Welcome to Learn English Naturally.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Learn English Naturally channel. I'm your host, Emma.
And I'm Ethan. It's wonderful to have you all here with us today.
Absolutely. Today, we're diving into a topic that affects everyone, talking about jobs and careers. We'll explore how to describe what you do, discuss your daily work routine, and share your career dreams. This is going to be practical and fun.
You're right, Emma. Conversations about work come up constantly. When you meet someone new, they'll often ask what you do for a living. Being prepared to answer confidently helps you feel comfortable and proud. Before we begin, if you're enjoying our content, please share this video with friends who are learning English, subscribe to our channel if you haven't yet, and give us a thumbs up. Your support really matters to us.
Yes, please do. Your encouragement keeps us motivated. Think of it this way. Just as a kind word can brighten someone's entire day, your support gives us the energy to keep creating helpful content for you.
So, Emma, are you ready to explore the world of work vocabulary?
Definitely, Ethan. Let's jump right in.
Okay, imagine someone asks you the classic question, "What do you do?" How would you respond, Emma?
Great question. The simplest approach is stating your job title directly. For instance, you might say, "I'm a teacher," or "I'm a nurse." Very straightforward.
Perfect example. Another option is, "I work as a graphic designer." Both ways are clear and effective. So, Emma, what's your job title?
I am an English instructor and content creator for Learn English Nurses. I really enjoy it. What about you, Ethan?
I'm an educational presenter, and I love helping people improve their English skills.
That's wonderful. Now, people might also want to know about your employer. You could say, "I work for a tech company," or "I work for an advertising firm." If you're your own boss, you'd say, "I'm self-employed."
Exactly right. Being self-employed means you run your own business. You're the boss. Now, what about describing your actual responsibilities? What tasks fill your workday?
This is crucial information. You might say, "I handle customer inquiries," or "I oversee social media accounts." This tells people what your job actually involves day to day.
So if someone asks about my responsibilities, I could say, "I create educational materials and present English lessons to students. That's my primary focus."
Excellent example. We also have helpful expressions for this. You can use "I'm responsible for instance, "I'm responsible for developing curriculum."
That's useful. Another phrase is, "My main task is," so I might say, "My main task is making English learning accessible and enjoyable."
You definitely succeed at that, Ethan. Another helpful phrase is, "A typical day at work looks like this." It helps you paint a picture of your daily activities efficiently.
Right. So I could say, "A typical day at work looks like recording video lessons, answering student questions, and planning future content." That gives someone a complete picture.
Perfect summary. So remember, you can discuss your job title, your employer, and your responsibilities. Simple and effective.
Let's pause here for a moment. Dear listener, think about your own work or studies. Can you describe them in one English sentence? Try saying it out loud right now. Speaking aloud really helps solidify your learning.
All right, Ethan. Let's move to the next section, your daily work routine. People are genuinely curious about how others spend their workday from start to finish.
It's definitely interesting to learn. First, you can mention your work hours. For example, I start work at 8:30 a.m. and finish at 4:30 p.m. Clear and simple.
What about the various tasks throughout your day? Things like meetings, correspondence, and projects?
Very important. Most jobs involve meetings and emails. You might say, each morning I review my emails and join a team meeting.
That's how many people begin their workday. Then you can describe your core activities. After that, I focus on my main projects until lunchtime.
Exactly right.
And what about breaks and colleague interactions? Do you eat lunch with coworkers? Take coffee breaks?
Good thinking. You could say, I typically have lunch with my team at noon, or I take a short coffee break mid-afternoon. These details make your description more vivid.
It really helps create a complete picture. So a full example might be, every morning I check emails and attend our team stand-up. Then I work on my priority tasks until lunch. After lunch, I have additional meetings and handle more correspondence. I typically wrap up around 5 p.m.
That's an excellent example, Emma. Sounds like a productive day. My routine differs slightly. Each morning, I outline my lessons, then I teach classes. After lunch, I teach more sessions and occasionally meet with fellow instructors. I usually finish around 3:30 p.m.
That sounds fulfilling, Ethan. So remember, when describing your routine, include when you start and end, what tasks you perform, and whether you have breaks or interact with colleagues.
Yes, those details make your description complete. Here's something to consider, listener. Your work routine is your personal story. Even small details make it more engaging. When you can share your story in English, people connect with you more deeply.
Next, let's discuss your work environment, where you actually do your job. Is it an office, remote, hybrid, or outdoors?
This has become especially relevant recently. Many people work remotely from home now, like we sometimes do.
Absolutely. You might say, I work in a downtown office, or I have a hybrid schedule, so I work from home some days and the office other days. Some people work outdoors, like construction workers or park rangers. You'd say, I work outdoors. It's wonderful.
True. And what about the workplace atmosphere? Is it formal or casual?
Good question. A formal workplace typically means business attire and structured procedures. A casual workplace is more relaxed. Perhaps you can wear jeans. My workplace is usually casual. We can dress comfortably.
Mine too. I appreciate that flexibility.
And how about relationships with coworkers? Are they friendly? Do you collaborate closely?
Very important aspect. You might say, My colleagues are very supportive and we help each other regularly. Or, I work in a tight-knit team and we're like family.
That's lovely to hear. We have useful vocabulary for this section, like open plan office. That's a large room with many desks and no separate offices.
Yes, many modern companies have open plan layouts. Another key word is deadline, meaning you must complete something by a specific date. I have a deadline next Friday.
Yes, deadlines can create pressure sometimes. We also have manager or boss, the person who supervises you. Colleague or coworker, someone you work alongside. And client, a customer or company you serve.
Then there's team, a group working together toward common goals, like we're working on a new project together.
And finally, flexible hours, meaning you can choose your start and end times within certain limits.
That's a valuable benefit. So remember, you can discuss where you work, the atmosphere, and your coworkers.
Now, let's address something personal. Job satisfaction. Do you enjoy your job, Ethan?
I absolutely love my work, Emma. It's incredibly rewarding to connect with our viewers and help them learn English. I could say I love my job because it's meaningful and I meet fascinating people.
That's wonderful, Ethan. That's exactly how to express satisfaction with your work. You could also say, I enjoy my job because it challenges me, or I like my job because of the positive work culture.
What about the aspects you enjoy most or find challenging? Every job has parts we don't love as much.
Very true. For me, I enjoy creating lesson content most. It's satisfying to help people learn. What I find challenging sometimes is the administrative work. It can be time-consuming.
I understand completely. For me, I love the direct interaction with learners most. What I find less enjoyable occasionally is the technical aspects, like video editing. It's not my strong suit.
We all have those aspects, right? Sometimes people feel dissatisfied with their work and consider changing careers.
Yes, that's very common. You might say, I'm exploring new opportunities, meaning you're job hunting, or I'm seeking a position with better compensation, or I want a job closer to home.
We have some helpful expressions here. It can be stressful at times, but this acknowledges difficulties while highlighting positives. For example, my job can be stressful at times, but I appreciate the team I work with.
Perfect balance. So, when discussing job satisfaction, consider whether you enjoy your work, what aspects you prefer, and if you're considering a change.
Here's something deeper, dear listener. When you describe what you love or find challenging, you're not just practicing English. You're sharing your authentic story. Your words reveal your aspirations, struggles, and personal growth.
Okay, Emma, let's look backward for a moment. Let's discuss previous jobs and experience. Where have you worked before?
My career history. I might say I previously worked at a small startup, but now I'm with a large multinational organization. This shows your career progression.
That's an excellent way to phrase it. Or, before this role, I was studying
and working part-time at a bookstore.
And what about skills you developed in previous positions? This matters for new opportunities.
Yes, it demonstrates your capabilities. You could say, in my previous role, I developed strong customer service skills, or I learned project management techniques.
Very good. This helps describe your career journey so far. It's like telling the story of your professional life.
Exactly. When someone asks about your background, you can discuss previous employers and what you learned. Like, I used to work in retail, and I learned how to communicate with diverse customers.
That's a valuable skill to develop.
So remember, you can discuss where you've worked previously, what you learned, and your career path.
Okay, Ethan, we've discussed our own jobs extensively. Now, let's cover how to ask someone else about their work. This is extremely useful for real conversations.
Yes, very practical. The most common question is simply, what do you do? Straightforward and friendly.
Exactly. After they share their occupation, you can ask, do you enjoy your job? This shows genuine interest.
Yes, it's a nice follow-up. Another good question is, how long have you been working there? This reveals their experience level.
Like, oh, I've been there for 3 years. And to make the conversation more engaging, you can ask, what's the most interesting aspect of your work?
That's an excellent question, Emma. It invites a detailed response. Or you could ask, what does a typical day look like for you?
Yes, or what do you do on a regular work day? These questions help you understand their work better and keep the conversation flowing naturally.
So, when you meet someone new, remember these questions to start a friendly conversation about their career.
Wow, Ethan, we've covered so much today, from describing your job to discussing future goals, and even asking others about their work. I think our listeners have gained many new words and expressions.
I agree, Emma. This episode is full of useful information for anyone wanting to discuss their career in English. Remember, practice makes perfect. Try describing your own work using these phrases.
And here's the real-world connection. Talking about work is more than vocabulary. It's about confidence. When you can share your professional story, you connect with people authentically. And connection is at the heart of communication.
Yes, absolutely. And before we finish, please, if you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to subscribe to Learn English Naturally channel. Share this video with friends who are learning English.
And leave a comment below. Tell us what you enjoy most about your job. Or, if you're not working yet, what is your dream career? We love reading your comments and connecting with you all.
Thank you so much for joining us today on Learn English Naturally.
Yes, thank you. And we'll see you in the next episode.
Bye-bye.
See you next time.